Well, that was a tough one for the Barrie Colts tonight. They opened the 3-3 weekend, and it starts with the 4-2 loss on home ice to the Erie Otters. And this one had a bit of a weird feel to it. I know these two teams, opposite conferences, so they're not used to seeing one another. So the first period just seemed to fly by. It was just both teams kind of playing a little timid, playing not to lose, just back and forth. You didn't really have too much energy in that first period, but what did transpire, though, Connor Punnett given a double minor for high sticking in that first period, which resulted in the Erie Otters, who coming into this had the fourth best power play unit in the OHL, and it showed. They scored early on the power play, and that one coming from Bruce McDonald. He opened the scoring in the first, making it 1-0. And for the Erie Otters, just pouring it on that specialty teams, some good puck movements. You had Mishiak moving the puck well, Schaefer, you had Carey Terrance, and Malcolm Spence. This is an Erie Otters team. They may be young, but look out. This team, they could make some noise in the Western Conference if they keep playing like they did for tonight. So Erie up 1-0 after the first period. And in that second period, a little more physical and a little more energy from both teams, but it would be the Erie Otters who would be taking a penalty. And Cole Bodwin, he has been hot for the Barrie Colts of late, getting his 5th of the season. It was a great shot on the power play, tied the game at 1 at that point, and it seemed as though this game could go either way. At that end of the second period, both teams generating chances. Ben Gaudreau in net for the Erie Otters, making some good saves. Same thing with Ben West for the Barrie Colts. The saves, not the highlight material, it was the routine saves. You make the stop, don't give up the rebound, and we saw that quite a bit from both goaltenders here tonight. But the third period, well, it was a different story. The Erie Otters, they would score 2 goals in the span of 59 seconds. The first coming from Pano Femus. That was a power play marker. And then Carey Terrance, the highlight reel goal. He was left all alone. He was standing in front of Ben West. Nobody was on him, and he was able to deke out West. Not much the goaltender could do, and he tucked it around him. So Carey Terrance, a beautiful goal. You have to see the highlights of that one. I'm sure the Ontario Hockey League will post that on their social media feeds, because that was a beautiful goal from Carey Terrance. And from then, the Erie Otters started to get some penalty troubles. They gave the Barrie Colts a 5-on-3 late in the hockey game. The power play for the Barrie Colts not doing a whole lot up until the 5-on-3 had expired, and it was a 5-on-4. And Bo Akey taking that one-timer. It was a bit of a knuckler, so not much Ben Gaudreau could do. I don't even think he saw the shot as it beat him on the left side, making it 3-2 at that point. And it seemed as though, okay, maybe the Barrie Colts have some life. They can get things going. But the Erie Otters, they just pinned Barrie deep in their own zone. They just couldn't get much going. The Colts, they would pull the goaltender, but still, Erie getting the puck in their own zone, they would just send it down the ice, no problem. And eventually, Carey Terrance would get his second of the game, making it a 4-2 final. So a very disappointing loss if you're a Barrie Colts fan. That's now 4 losses in a row, and the schedule does not get any easier. They travel to Mississauga tomorrow night, the first place team in the OHL at the Paramount Fine Food Center, and then they come back Saturday to take on the Brantford Bulldogs. And you know that's not going to be an easy task as well, because Brantford, they've been picking it up of late, and you know from last year when the Bulldogs and Colts met in the first round of the playoffs, you know Brantford's going to want to get a win to set the record straight. So tough loss here, but for the Erie Otters, getting that win, snapping their 2-game losing streak. They now travel to Kitchener tonight. They're going to play the Rangers in the tomorrow evening. That is going to be a tough one for Erie before heading home to face the Peterborough Petes. So an Erie Otters team getting a good victory here on the road, and the Barrie Colts, still some work to do when it comes to specialty teams. This team just not getting things done right now. You can tell that there's just some frustration. Maybe players doing a little bit too much. I noticed Bo Jelsma looked like at times maybe he was trying to do a little too much. But right now they just got to get back to the basics, and we'll see what they can do tomorrow night when they head to Mississauga. And the game on Saturday will be on Rogers TV, and that's a 7:30 puck drop. Can't wait to call that one. And so that's it here from the Saddleland Arena. Remember to hit like and subscribe as we continue through this season. Have yourself a great night.